One has a lot of money, and one has good character, good nature. Who will you choose?
I choose the third one. Yeah.
I ask a lot of singles, tell me what would you do if you had three choices, three girls to marry. One character and good nature
can make everything.
That will only make everything. It's important for several reasons. Number one, the good character goes in the genes, goes to the children.
Ah, yeah.
Do you know that it is easier to get married than to stay married? People can get married easily, but to stay married is much more difficult. What will make people stay together? If there's good character.
Understand each other, care about each other.
Sure. That is a guarantee that the marriage will stay intact.
Yes.
So that is therefore always more important, but not everybody sees it that way.
Yes.
They're later disappointed. They got stuck with somebody that they don't like. Even though they wanted the money, they wanted the beauty, but at the end they realize she cannot be a good mother for my children. What is her money worth? And that is why you have many divorces.
You know, if the time passed by and the time for our getting to marry and we can't find our soulmate, what we shall do? How can we find it?
I always tell people never to give up hope. In Judaism, in the Torah, it is very much emphasized, never give up hope. We have a very strong connection with the Almighty. Prayer is very effective.
Yes.
If you are sincere, especially if you shed tears, you can break down all the barriers between you and God.
Excuse me?
You can break down with prayer and tears. You can break.
You should cry?
Yes, because that shows sincerity. In your prayer, when you shed tears, it shows you are sincere. It's coming from your heart.
Oh my God.
You really mean it. And our tradition says that a prayer that is accompanied with tears breaks down all the barriers between us and God.
Oh my
it goes straight through. And it can make a big change in one's qismat, in one's mazal.
Yes.
A big change, a big difference. And therefore, what I recommend is, number one, that one should be sincere about his desire to get married.
Yes.
Are you sincere? Do you really want to? Number two, are you making every effort? Are you contacting matchmakers? Are you flexible about what you need in a marriage?
Yes.
Are you open-minded that you may not get to everything you want? Because you know what the trick is? The trick is to convince people you're not going to get what you want. Hopefully you will get what you need. And we don't always know what we need. So we're sometimes confused. We want this, we want this, we want this. It's not what you want, it's what you need. So people have to be a little bit more flexible, more open-minded, not to allow the parents to mix in too much, and definitely not to look at money or looks, to look at good character, good nature. And don't push it off. Be quick about it. Because if you wait too long, your chances of finding the right person diminish. They become smaller. It becomes more difficult.
Yes.
And you get used to your life as a single person. You lose interest in getting married. And in those people who have girlfriends and boyfriends, they're going to have a harder time.
It's not good to have a boyfriend or girlfriend?
No, not
in America?
Not in our tradition. Your wife will be hopefully your friend, your spouse, and the mother of your children. Before that, you have your sister and your mother and your grandmother.
Yes.
Nobody else.
Yes. Can we have more than one soulmate? This is a very tough question.
No, that's a good question.
I didn't know that if I'm going to ask you.
No, you know why that's a good question? Because God forbid, what happens if somebody's wife passed away?
Wow. Yeah, you're right.
Right?
Yeah.
Could he find somebody as good as her?
Sure.
Should he get married?
Yeah, of course.
Of course he should try to find a wife. The question, of course, is
wife or husband?
A wife or husband, depending who's the widow.
Yes.
It is possible that if his wife died early on, even though he had children with her, that he has another soulmate waiting, another person who they can have a very good life together. Maybe not as good as the first, but maybe very, very close, as good as the life he had before. If it's later in life, he's already 70 years old, he should still get married for company.
Yes.
It's not good to be alone. So it is possible, depending at what stage in one's life one got divorced, or one lost his wife or husband.
Yeah. How can it happen two soulmates get separate?
Oh, this is so sad.
It is.
The rabbis tell us in the Talmud, in the Gemara, that when two people are for each other and they are the best matched, the real soulmates, they should never really get divorced because there's no better match. How come it happens nevertheless?
They get bored.
No, worse. Either the husband becomes an addict, a drug addict,
Oh, no.
alcoholic,
Yes.
or he gets too interested in other women.
But he is with the soulmate. Well, how come he goes with another woman?
Excellent question, because people make stupid mistakes.
Yeah, you see?
It could be the woman making the same mistake. People pay dearly for their mistakes. Do you know what this mistake can cost? It can cost their entire relationship for something foolish, for a few minutes of pleasure, for money, for nothing. So these two people could really be best for each other, but because one or the two of them make a stupid mistake,
You're right.
they can destroy the relationship. It usually doesn't happen. When people get divorced, many times they're not soulmates anyway. But sometimes people don't have the right values.
Yeah.
They don't have religion in their life. They don't have God in their life. They only are selfish, think about themselves. And they spoil relationships. People have to have a desire and a true interest to succeed. When you go underneath the chuppah and you put the ring on your wife, you have to make a declaration to yourself I want this marriage to succeed. I will do everything in my life to make it work. Not everybody's so serious.
Yeah.
People are selfish, and that's why they end up in divorce.
Recently, many people don't want to get married. Why is happening? What is this? What's going on?
Do you know that, unfortunately, there is a very, very powerful influence from the environment that one lives in?
Yes.
The environment, the society, America is not so healthy.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sure you remember when you were younger, people wanted to get married, people wanted to have families.
Yes.
In today's generation, people don't have so much of an interest. Unfortunately, they see how many have gotten divorced. That discourages